I call the Honourable Amy Adams.
Mr Chairman, thank you. Given that the debate on Clause 1 is quite a wide-ranging debate, it's probably a useful chance to take my call in this matter. I wasn't otherwise intending to speak on the title. But I do want to make a few comments, sir. And the first is that we've heard repeatedly from Labor in this debate, as if saying it often enough makes it true, that this is somehow a new tax. It has been in place in its current form and at its current level since 2011, and it was in place at a higher level under the TSO before that. Nor is it something we have decided to do post-election without telling anyone. It was announced in August as part of the election manifesto that if elected, this is what the national government would do. So there is no question that this is in any way inconsistent, nor can anybody on any sort of twisting of the facts to suit the argument suggest that this is new. It is not new. The costs are in place. The costs of this are already in place. There is zero increase to the costs to telco companies. So I have said there is zero justification for any increase in their bills. I have never said that they won't be opportunistic and craven and try and justify some profit grab through it. I have said there is no increase in costs to the telcos and therefore zero justification for them to increase their fees. If Spark wants to announce that it's going to put its prices up, that's something they have to explain to their consumers. But let me tell you, as others have said in this House, they cannot sensibly justify it because of this legislation. Mr Speaker, these costs, these levy extensions that we're talking about tonight don't take place until 2016. So if they do put the costs up, let's remember two things. When will they go up and by how much? Because at the very most, we are talking about cents per bill per month. So unless they're going to put costs up starting 1 July 2016 and of no more than 19 cents for a prepaid plan and maybe up to 80 cents at most for a consumer, then they are not being honest with New Zealanders. And even then, it's already in your bill, so they would be double charging you. Mr Chairman, can I make the point? It's very easy to stand in this House and say how much you support rural broadband, but not be prepared to do anything to make it happen. Here's the reality. We are building infrastructure in rural communities that telcos will use to sell their products. These telcos who are paying this charge use this for their business services. So who should pay for it? Tax-paying mums and dads or the telcos? My view is the telcos should pay. So when Labor says take it out of general taxation, they're saying we should pay for the infrastructure that Spark, Vodafone, Chorus, MyRepublic, Call Plus, all of the others use to pay for their business. That doesn't make sense. That would be irrational and unreasonable. It should fall on the industry. Industry shouldn't be allowed to just sell the service where they can make a lot of money. Instead, we levy them to say, actually, we have an expectation you'll provide services everywhere. That money then provides communal infrastructure that those same companies provide their services over. Mr Speaker, the question has come up also, why is it urgent? Which is a fair question. I accept that because, yep, the extension takes effect from July 2016. I'll tell you why it's urgent, because anyone who understands how these processes works knows that I can't go out and start negotiating for contracts for this to work until the money is legislated. So the first step, there has to be a legislative mandate to say this money is available. Then I can start the process. So the longer that pushes out, the longer until people get better broadband. So every member in this House who has talked meaningfully about, oh, we've got to get better broadband, it's taking too long, that's what the urgency is. The urgency is that New Zealanders want this and they want it as soon as possible. And this bill has been made the most simple bill possible. It doesn't talk about the levy's operation or how it's allocated or how it's spent or how ComCom divides it. It simply provides the basis for the money so that we can get out and start getting these processes in place. Mr Speaker, let me just close by saying this. Broadband is critical to everyone in New Zealand. Everyone. Somebody has to pay, and I'm absolutely comfortable that the right place for that payment to fall is a levy on the telcos who will use it and who will benefit. There is zero justification for anyone to increase prices as a result, and if they do, that's a conversation they should be having with their consumers, and if I was their consumer, I'd be looking to shop around.